Welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News for Friday, August 1st, 2014. In some respects, this is kind of a slow news day, and there are a couple of really, I think, significant good news articles that I have. Other than the stock market being in a free fall, and second day, I mean, it's not down all that much today, but when you put the losses with the losses yesterday, it's pretty significant. So there's that going on, and I guess we're supposed to be arguing with each other about Jesse Ventura in the Liberty Movement, but I think we can manage to sidestep all that this morning and just focus on, I just have a few links that I want to share, and one of them is from Divine Cosmos, a new article from David Wilcock, and I often like to share when he has an article. He also was a guest on Coast to Coast last night, and I have that link for anybody who is interested. I have not had the opportunity to listen yet to that radio program. Of course, fundamentalist Christians who really strongly object to even considering that reincarnation is a possibility will probably be offended by David Wilcock and probably be offended by his appearance on Coast to Coast. As I was finding this link on Coast to Coast, I noticed that George Norrie's guest tonight is a Wiccan who is going to teach people how to cast spells. So that's definitely outside the realm of what I am interested in. But I am interested in David Wilcock. I do sense love in him, and God is love. The Bible says that. We can recognize people of faith by love. And I recognize something of that in David Wilcock. I believe he has good intentions. And could he be used to mislead and deceive? Sure he could. Any of us could. But I enjoy following his wisdom, and I do believe that God speaks to people through dreams. There are many, many examples of that in the Bible. And I believe that David Wilcock has some significant dreams. So if you're interested, you can listen to the Coast to Coast program from last night from this link, and certainly you can read David Wilcock's article. Just kind of show that there's not a whole lot of huge news this morning. I have the Drudge Report here, and just some of their links. Of course, that this ceasefire explodes. It feels like a lot of the things that are in the news right now are almost crafted to make us angry and frustrated, make us argue with people. I mentioned the issue with Jesse Ventura. I believe that a huge part of that, I do believe that was contrived and crafted. I do believe Jesse was a victim to some extent, but I believe that it wasn't just crafted to harm Jesse or to ruin his reputation or tarnish his reputation. I believe that it was crafted to get Liberty people arguing and disagreeing with one another and divided. And whatever we feel about Jesse, whatever we believe about Jesse, can we just ask ourselves, is it worth it? Is it worth having the Liberty movement divided? Is it worth generating all that luge of anger and frustration and hostility and arguments? I am going to say that my opinion, my response to that question is no. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that today. What I am going to spend time on is a couple of court decisions that I perceive as really significant good news from WorldNet Daily. Ex-FBI agent rips bureau over lost OKC tapes. And there's a court case going on pertaining to this. And it seems as if the judge is really asking some hard questions of the FBI. So I was encouraged by that yesterday. And for really more sweeping good news of the day, from Cheryl Atkinson, federal court releases hold on Fast and Furious docs case. I just think this is, great news. I have something of a personal link to Fast and Furious because someone I became friends with, Ian Garland, was placed in jail for a few years over this. He was completely framed. Maybe not 100% innocent. I mean, who among us is? I'd say he was about 95 to 98% innocent. Certainly, it was completely unaware, did what he did with good intentions. And if he wasn't completely innocent, it was just some minor letter of the law. But he absolutely was framed, and this absolutely, I just have a personal dislike and distaste for everything pertaining to Fast and Furious. I believe it's evil, and I believe that this alone would be grounds for impeachment for Obama. But we'll see where that story goes. But certainly I will be following this story. And even when Cheryl Atkinson was at CBS, she was turning over rocks and watching the little critters run out pertaining to Fast and Furious. And now that she has the freedom to cover things in her own way and not be limited by networks, it'll be really interesting to see what she's able to learn in this case and what becomes public, and hopefully justice will be done in this pertaining to Fast and Furious. And this is a good indication, I think, that it may be. Thank you for tuning in for today's 99th Monkey Liberty News. Weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will have a great, peaceful, restful, creative weekend, that you will love one another, take care, and enforce the Bill of Rights.